Long-awaited first look at the advent of Eyes of Blue is here. Make sure you guys smash the living crap out of that subscribe button so you guys don't miss out on more awesome content. Now, this is what you wanted to see. I'm not going to lie to you. This structure deck box is actually so much different than I was expecting. It is really cool that we did get a new Maiden with Eyes of Blue and this new Synchro monster that is going to be really fun to try to summon in Blue Eyes. But I also want to point out here that to every Centurion main out here, you know, every one of you, you are very excited to have this now, because for Crimson Dragon to be able to summon this, it's going to be really good. So this is a level 12 with 3,500, 4,000 attack points, with the best Red Nova requirements ever of 2+ tuner monsters plus a non-tuner Blue Eyes monster. So, hey, congratulations. Technically going to be, what, like, maybe you could take 2 Formula Synchrons with a Blue Eyes and rev it up and try to make, I don't know. The joke of this being 4 tuners to make is so frickin' funny, but okay. You can only use the second and third effect of this card's name once per turn. Your opponent cannot banish cards from your graveyard. I mean, that's a free walking, talking, floodgate-esque condition. It's not the greatest thing in the world, but it is definitely something. When a card or effect is activated on the field, you can negate that activation, and if you do, this card gains 1,000 attack until the end of this turn. Now, I'm going to be honest with you here. They could have very much left the attack gain on this thing and just allowed it to bump up to 4,500 attack points. Like, I think that would have been fine. And if this card is destroyed by battle or a card effect, you can special summon 1 light dragon monster from your graveyard, except for the Blue Eyes Spirit Ultimate Dragon. Now, I do want to point out here some little other details about this. One, you can definitely Centurion this thing out with a Crimson Dragon. Free real estate. There are no cards here that cheat down this condition. The biggest thing you're going to have to do is you're going to have to, what, a Spirit Dragon on into this. Which is fine, actually. The only thing is, like, you'll lose this at the end of the turn as it pops on back to the extra deck, but you don't really care because you're using this as a negate, and then the ability to inconvenience your opponent. Once again, unfortunately, this card's about to work way better in every other deck other than itself, as is tradition around these parts, it feels like, anymore. So, hey, cool boss card. And, I mean, look at the art. The 3 Blue Eyes little Synchro Dragons all lining up to do the crazy thing. So, this is Maiden of White. This art, I'm so indifferent about this. It is cool that we did get, like, references to this. This is not like the same Kisara girl, though. They are really kind of pushing away from the narrative of what this was, which I think is fine. But this is going to be a light spellcaster tuner monster, so everything the Maiden of Eyes of Blue was traditionally. On a level 1 with 0 attack, 0 defense, you can only use the first, second, and third effects of this card's name once per turn. Sure. You can send this card from your hand or field to the graveyard to place a True Light from your hand, deck, or graveyard face up in your spell and trap card zone. Okay, well, I mean, this does get you True Light up and running on the field, which is essentially what you want. And, okay, if you special summon a Blue Eyes White Dragon while this card is in your graveyard, we can special summon this card. So basically, this is going to act like Low, actually, which is kind of cool here, where, you know, you can send this from the hand, place your True Light, you know, and then, you know, use the True Light to special summon up a Blue Eyes, and then, since it's on the field, you can special summon, and boom, you've got this on the field with the ability to beam out your level 9, mission accomplished, right? When a card effect is activated that targets this card on the field, or when this card is targeted for an attack, you can special summon a Blue Eyes White Dragon or a level 1 light tuner monster from your graveyard. Actually, fun fact, this can actually special summon a copy of itself. They were not mean to us and included that not, you know, sensical restriction on it, where Konami's like, hey, you can't special summon a copy of itself. No, you can. It has to be from the graveyard, which, a little bit rough, but okay. I see you. Next up is Prayers with Eyes of Blue. And if you are like, why does this look familiar? This is actually a homage to the anime, that little commercial that we had earlier in the year. You remember the scene with, like, Kisara and everything? Yeah. So this is a normal spell card. You can only use the first and second effects of this card's name once per turn. So we can discard a card, add a light tuner, and a spell and trap card that mentions Blue Eyes White Dragon from your deck to your hand, except for Prayers with Eyes of Blue. This is another Melody of the Awakening Dragons, which Ash Blossom and Joyous Spring is going to knock on this card's door. We can banish this card from the graveyard and then target a Blue Eyes White Dragon you control. Equip a Blue Eyes monster from your extra deck to it as an equipped spell card that gives 400 attack points. Now, there is no nonsensical purpose that I can think of here that this matters other than for the ability to maybe turbo up, you know, the Neo Dragon for the targeting protection in the graveyard, or you're trying to turbo up the ability to get to Magia. That would be the only thing that I would think of here, that I would want to try out anything with this for that effect. But nonetheless, it is an interesting little effect that they chose to include on this card that might have some sort of future application. I mean, who really knows? And next up here, we have Saga of the Blue Eyes, or Blue-Eyed Dragon. This card is broken, by the way. So you can only use the first and second effects of this card's name once per turn, and only once that turn. So we special summon a Blue Eyes monster from the deck, graveyard, or banishment in defense position. But you can only special summon Blue Eyes White Dragon with this effect if you do not control it. Also, you cannot special summon from the extra deck for the rest of this turn except for dragon monsters. Hey, this is a free bring out of Blue Eyes. Like, I'm all about that. We can banish this card from your graveyard to fusion summon one monster from your extra deck using monster from your hand or field, including a Blue Eyes. This effect is really, really solid. Translator's note down here. This card's name is based off of the original OCG structure deck, the Blue-Eyed Dragon's Thundering Descent. Because the TCG name is the Saga of Blue Eyes White Dragon, and Blue Eyes is a theme, you can't get the exact localization here. The artwork is also direct reference to the commercial for the structure deck, which is actually some really cool lore. I'm actually very happy about that. Now, reprints down here. Holy crap. So you're getting 3 Blue Eyes, an alternative, a Jet Dragon, Abyss, Dragon, Spirit of White, Chaos Max, Chaos Dragon, the White Stone of Ancients, 3 Sage with Eyes of Blue. Also getting 2 Dictator of D, Chaos Form, 2 Ultimate Fusion, 2 Melody, Mausoleum of the White, Burst Stream, True Light, Ultimate Creature of Destruction, Destined Rivals, and then Blue Eyes Ultimate, Neo Blue Eyes, Twin Burst, the Tyrant Dragon, the Spirit Dragon, and the Azure Eyes. All just wrapped up in a nice little box for you here. Is this support broken by any stretch of the imagination? I would say that this support is fair. I think what Konami tried to do with this stuff is fine. It just, unfortunately, when you're looking at this card being a synchro-based boss monster, yes, this is going to be a Centurion card, 350%. Also, with this structure deck, this does kind of beg the question now, are we going to see a Dark Magician structure deck somewhere along the way in the future, you know, for power-ups, for Ebon High and Ebon Illusion? And I'll be honest with you, the possibility is very much there. All, you know, kind of debating on how things work out later on in the year here. Probably December, we might get another, you know, little animation trailer where Konami essentially just spoils us with future stuff again. Because remember, everything from that trailer has panned out here at this point in time, even all the way down to the remake for the Blue Eyes structure deck. Right? Like, everything that we saw there has come to fruition. The only thing we're missing is, you know, what, Melfi and Merlantians at this point. So a lot of stuff to still think about that's missing out here. But overall, I think these cards are good. These are only the first 4. Next month, we should get the next 3, if I had to guess how things are going to line up for this. And then we should have 1 slot dedicated to a card of the day near the actual release for this structure deck. So something for you to look forward to, or maybe it'll be just 2 cards next month on the forefront of things. But Konami is definitely, they always save the best card for last. So I am very curious to know what they still have in store for this. I'm assuming that there's going to be an easier way to get monsters on the field, or maybe a special summon from the deck. If we get a special summon from the deck, you can bet your butt that this deck is going to be some pretty insane stuff. So please, leave a comment down below, tell me what you guys think. Are you excited to try out the Centurion card? And well, you guys have a good rest of your day, alright? Patrons! Thank you.
Thank you so much for watching. Check out these other videos.